guys, just like we said, I met Ed and we have an interview that we've already recorded on the YouTube platform. But the very interesting thing is when I met Edem, he said to me, you know what, guys, for me to have been able to do what I did, I actually met somebody who mentored me and still holding on to my hand. Yeah.
One evening, I remember very well. I called him one evening and told him, Chika, this is what I want to do. You know, I've sat down, thought about it. I want to go into this line of profession, and I know you've got tons of knowledge within that space. So what do you have to offer, or how can you help me? And
That's true.
he was like,
So although you were seeking information, you were that wanted him to offer you something.
yeah,
Well,
because
you were a high cost man. Chika, what made you decide, you know what, Edem is the kind of a person that I think I would rather want to mentor him because
Yeah.
obviously you cannot mentor everybody.
Yeah, I agree.
What was some of the traits in
Yeah,
Edem?
yeah. First and foremost, I up till now I'm extremely humbled that I was the one he chose to speak to, right? Because it takes a lot for you to be able to open who you are, your situation to people, and that's where the role of mentorship comes in. It's a very humbling position to be in, because you're looking at this and saying, "Oh yeah, there's a problem." The result we are seeing today in what God has done for him is purely between him and his God,
Okay.
right? I'm just an observer.
Okay.
I'm in awe. Everyone I have mentored, I'm always in awe with them because I feel that to be able to experience life successes, interviews, failures of interviews, success in interviews, getting a job, being paid, being beneficial to one's family and the community. I'm just in awe of being able to experience that with Edem and the people that I mentor. So for me, it's like I said to you, it's a life of service. So I don't see it from the angle of I chose him. I'm glad he chose me.
That's great.
And I feel that like I know him for certain. I can put my money on it. He's also doing that for other people. So it's a chain we create, the chain effect that we create, and we need to continue to make that chain strong. So yeah, that's the only best way I can respond to
That's
this.
great, guys. Just like I have both Chika and Edem saying, it's about creating that mentoring role,
Yeah.
creating that chain
Yeah.
amongst us as men, and
Yeah.
it's really interesting. We are all fathers, but I think all that we are trying to do is to be able to make things better for our next generation.
Yes.
And that is our children. To the both of you, I would say thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I am really humbled,
Yeah.
and I'm looking forward to hear your story, Chika.
Thank you very much.
Yeah?
Thank you, sir.
Yo, welcome everybody. This is Nana SA once again. I am here mainly just like we've always been doing it, and I think you are definitely seeing somebody before me. If you cast your mind back, those of you who are watching this channel for the very first time, I will definitely encourage you, go back into one of the videos. It is an interview with this person called Edem. Edem is a procurement manager for a global firm, and I think one of the very interesting things that he did say to me is he met somebody who actually mentored him, brought him on board for him to be able to identify that role. The main reason why we are here today is as Black Next Gen, what we do is we go around looking for people who are influencers. And the reason why we call these influencers are because we think as a community, as Black people, we usually don't hear these kind of, good narrative or the narratives of people who actually bring on board peoples to be able to show what they can do or what they can do better. I have before me Chika, who is, I tip my hat off, mainly because he's a very great person and I know he may not want me to share everything. Chika is an entrepreneur, he is a father, he is a husband, which he's definitely warned me to make sure I make that disclosure. Else, when he goes back home, he is in trouble with his missus. Okay? Chika is definitely a person who is maybe, let me use the word, he's a geek, he's into what? Technology. And the main reason why he's really agreed to come and meet us is because he's equally into mentoring. The reason why he's in mentoring is because he believes that in as much as he's got knowledge, other people may benefit from the knowledge that he's got. So I will definitely encourage you, if this is the very first time that you are watching this channel, guys, welcome on board to Black Next Gen. What, just like I said initially, is we go around, looking for the best of the best, but the most important thing is these are individuals who are Black. And in the different industries that they are in, they are making, very excellent choices. I would say make sure you subscribe to the channel if you can. You share it with your peers. Click on the notification button if you want to have further videos. And please, please, please for you to be able to understand Chika's journey as well, please go back and listen to Edem's journey as well, so that you'll be able to put two and two together. I am very humble, Chika, this morning. Okay.
Pleasure
to
all
have you
mine.
before you.
The pleasure is all mine.
Chika, please do us a justice. You introduce yourself.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you. My full names are, first and foremost, thank you, Nana, for the fantastic. I think that's the best way anybody has introduced me
Oh.
ever. So I'm Chika Oko, Chika Abimbola Oko. As Nana has said, an entrepreneur, a father, husband, and a tech enthusiast. I'm Nigerian, proudly Nigerian, my views are, I'm a global citizen. So in as much as I've got a home country, living in England means that I'm part of a global community. In terms of journey in life, I'm fortunate to sit in front of you, not just because of what I've done or what you've heard, but I feel that I really believe in what you're doing, right? Trying to put out voices that typically would not be heard in some circles, I feel that as much or young people can influence in terms of career choices, in terms of moral choices, the better for us as a community, most especially living here in England. So I'm happy to be here today. I'm happy to share my life experiences with you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Chika,
you.
thank you very much for this opportunity.
You're welcome.
And guys, let me share one thing as well. So when I spoke to Chika about this whole project, he said to me, Nana, the very interesting thing is he said to me, my home is very busy today, okay, because I've got kids around, they're running around. In order for me to be able to give you the dedication and the time, what I've actually done is I've created a space. And guys, I will definitely urge after this video, we will take some shots around. Chika actually booked, one of the very plus hotels. I'm not going to do marketing for them anyway. But the most important
thing is... You might see this.
Okay,
you can't.
Okay.
I'm just joking. No, please.
But the most important thing is I was really intrigued when he said to me, Nana, I will create that space so that we can actually have a space away from the family to make sure we educate people, we help people to be able to understand the drive and the passion. Chika, let's do a little bit.
Yes, please.
Where was Chika born, and talk us through that journey?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to be born in a city called Kano, the largest city in the north of Nigeria. Okay. Like I said earlier on, I was born to a family of to a multi-ethnic family. People understand that in Nigeria, but people outside of Nigeria, it means that people from we have the Yorubas, the Igbos. I was born from a marriage that involves somebody from the Igbo side of Nigeria. Kwezwenu. And a Yoruba woman who is my mom. So that's why when I started, I said my name's Chika Abimbola Oko. The Abimbola there is the Yoruba in me. 25 years of my life was spent in Nigeria, which means that thorough Nigerian. My first education was in Nigeria, formative years in Nigeria. University education was my postgrad that brought me to England. Okay. And I've since been here now more than a decade, where God has been using me in different ways. Not just about me studying, it's also about me influencing people, as you've mentioned. Okay. I'm also finding my way in life, right? Okay. And just ensuring I'm doing the right things. Okay.
That's great. So, in terms of your journey being in this country, just like you said, it's mainly because of your education that brought you into this country. I know sometimes people don't want to talk about it, but I think for me, it's a humbling experience to hear some of the great achievements that you've gone through in terms of education. Yeah. Please run us through. Where did you start in terms of your education in England?
Oh yeah, thank you very much. I think before we do that, I think it's good for us to because there might be somebody watching who's about to make a decision. Should I go to England? Should I go to America or Canada or leave Ghana or Nigeria, study abroad? It's good to understand what made me leave Nigeria. So I knew that in the course of my growing up, I came across a book called The Richest Man in Babylon. And I would suggest people read that book because it's existing. If you cannot afford it, drop Nana a message and I'll order it to your house. So the book made me understand that wealth is about understanding what works for you and using that to your benefit. So what works for me? I believe that I'm a people's person. I believe that I can negotiate. I believe that I've got all the right attributes entrepreneurs have. So while I was after my first year in school in my first year of university, I was thinking about the future, and I felt two things were going to be important. One, I needed to learn because I come from a family of great entrepreneurs. So we have businesses, but we only had Nigerian local businesses. And I knew that I would have to have, if I was to take anything to the next level, to understand what the global market was. So I had two choices. One was to go to China and learn the art of business in China, or come to the West, England, and learn how businesses are run in the West. And that is how, at my final year, I applied to come study business administration here in England at the University of Gloucestershire. And from then on, I've been fortunate enough to attend other universities. I also study. I'm an alumni of the University of Oxford, the great University of Oxford.
Not Oxford Brooks.
Please, I'm not going to.
Please,
I didn't say that. Nana said that. Yeah, University of Oxford. There's only one University of Oxford.
That's great.
Right.
I just wanted to make that clarification.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and I studied strategy and innovation, which ties into my technology background, understanding the strategy for the future and how we can innovate, not just in product settings, not just in company settings, also as a community in policy. How does government innovate? How does government become better? Right. So that's my journey. This is just one of several things I've been trying to use to upskill myself to be a better person.
Okay, let's take a little bit of a step back, and the reason being, which I think is very, very important to me, is we have people who watch us from different parts of the country, of the world.
Yeah, that's good.
And one of the very important things is you talk to me about your university, that is where you did your first degree, really shaping you and informing you.
Yes.
So I will definitely want you to be able to talk to us about what's the name of the university, where it is, so that people who are in those universities, or maybe other universities in other parts of the world, can actually still have that self-belief that they can be in these different spaces.
Yes. I have to be sentimental about this. So the best university in Nigeria. I'm joking. I'm going to be humble about it. It's a university called Olabisi Onabanjo University. The university the name of the university was changed from Ogun State University to Olabisi Onabanjo University. Olabisi Onabanjo was the first governor of the state, and he created the university. So when he died, they changed the name of the university to Olabisi Onabanjo. That's the name of the person, to honor him, which is great, right? Why is that my stay in Ogun State, Nigeria, very important? It was very humbling from being a freshman, getting into university, trying to understand the way of the world. All of a sudden, I now have to manage my timetable. All of a sudden, I don't need to come home early because my old man is looking out to lock the door, right? I had the keys to my own room, per se. So it was freedom for me. And at the time I got into university, a couple of things were happening in Nigeria. First of all, we're in the middle of the cult problem we had in the educational sector. And second of all, we had democracy in Nigeria for the first time. That was the early 2000s. And as part of democracy coming into Nigeria, we had the privatization of industries in Nigeria, which included the telecoms industry, from having NITEL, which is the national telecoms company, to opening new ventures like MTN, Econet, Airtel coming into Nigeria to operate. So I was fortunate enough to be at that time, to see all of these changes happening around me. And the question I kept on asking myself is, what's my role in this in the future, right? So that's why that period of time is important, because telecoms, yes, I now work in technology. Politics, I'm now interested in politics. I'm a registered party member of a party here in the UK. I take social discourse I take it very important in my life. So all that started from that university.
That's great. Okay. So if anybody out there is from Ogun State University, please, link us up, leave a comment. And if you think, your university, which may not be Ogun State University, is possibly better than, Chika's view of his alma mater, please link us up. I will send the debate over to him so that he can be. I don't know if whether I'm right to say he'll be put in his right space, but yeah, I think I would like
It's,
to have.
no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. There's a saying where I come from that somebody's father's farm is always the biggest.
All right.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
All
So,
right.
so in this case, I'll leave that to the comment. People who
That
gonna
would be
comment.
great. That would be great. That's great. So since you left, maybe your first degree, you've definitely gone through master programs and you've definitely done some other postgraduate courses as
Yes.
well. So does it mean, Chika is only full of what? Qualifications and education? Is that the only thing you seek to be doing?
No. I think that's a very good question. A good segue into what I do personally. I like a way to describe myself is that I'm just a sponge for information. I just want to soak everything in. I believe that the future is for people who are informed, and I would like to be informed. So in my downtime, my favorite TV channels are channels showing documentaries. I have friends who would even tell me that, oh, I saw this documentary and I know you'll like it, so I'm going to send you the link and the name and I'll jump on it immediately because that's who I am. I would like to understand what has happened in the past, what's happening currently, and what can happen in future, possibly in the future. So apart from that, I'm a religious person, so there's a bit of church, Christianity, understanding what role I play in those spaces. There's also a bit of, sport. I play football pre-pandemic. I've added the COVID weight.
Okay.
Yeah. So a bit of sport, swimming. I try to live an active life in that space. I do a lot of long distance walking, hiking. 20 kilometers, 21 kilometers has been my best.
Okay.
I'm looking to break that very soon to 25. So that's me really. I mentioned politics earlier on. I like to be involved because I believe that the leadership in any country or any community reflects the people who live in those places. So I'm interested in who is leading me,
Okay.
right? And because I should be able to explain what Brexit means to my kid.
Okay.
I should be able to explain what the plans of the government around COVID-19 and the palliatives they've created, what it means to me and my family, to my children, so that they too can be interested in these things, because those are the things that they should know how government works and how we can even make government to be better. Okay.
I really have to take advantage of this opportunity coming to Chika because,
Yeah.
throughout all the information that I had to read about him, there is one thing that he kept on consistent about it, and that is about his faith.
Yes.
Okay. Talk us through, where do you are? Why do you think, you need somebody out there to be able to influence maybe your successes?
Yeah. The way I'm going to put what you just said is, I don't need somebody out there. I recognize somebody out there. Right? And I'm fortunate enough to recognize somebody out there who created the heavens and the earth, who because I come from I come from a long line of people who have lived on this earth that are no more, right? So I have been given maybe 100 years, 120 if I'm lucky as my grandfather, to live that long. What am I going to do with it, right? So I believe I've been put here for a purpose at this time, during this time post-Trump, current Boris and the leaders of the future for a reason. So, and I've noticed something in my short life on earth, that there are some things that are bigger than what man can do, right? Man can build nuclear weapons, can build the best submarines, can build the internet, but human beings still communicated effectively without the internet, right? So somebody made you to be black, me to be lighter shade, somebody to be white, somebody to be Arabic, somebody in China. Somebody did that, and that's amazing, right? So, so for me, that also links into nature, right? I'm a big nature buff. I'm one of the very few people who wrote about corporate sustainability at the onset of what businesses can do to benefit communities they operate in, right? Okay. So, which means that from your carbon footprint to ensuring there's equality in terms of who we hire, how we hire, to how research and development in new products that would help human beings to be better. I'm crazy about things like that. So for me, it's the reason why I believe that there must be a God on earth that has already balanced things, because the fishes in the water don't need a doctor, do they? there. No, yeah, they don't. Somebody treats them, somebody takes care of them. The beautiful plants we see, somebody dressed them, somebody made them the way they are. So I just believe that, recognizing that person in my life is important.
That's great.
Okay.
And I think one of the very interesting thing is when we did Edem's video, he did share with us that I actually met Chika in church.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I understand is you have a very important role that you play within your church in terms of
Yes.
mentoring.
Yes,
Talk
absolutely.
us through about the scheme.
Yeah, it's not. I don't believe in. I think that information is correct, but I don't believe in waiting for people to give you a title for you to be able to act as a leader. I believe that you must always look out. If you are a leader, you must always look out for roles, for empty spaces for you to fill on your own. So on my own, I've just been able to reach out to people, young people in my local church and outside my local church, where I feel that I can play a role in their lives, right? And I put that challenge on myself to be better for them.
I wanted to know: do you have something? Is that what your mentoring project is about?
Yeah, So mentorship is for the ability to help people to be better based on your own personal experiences, right? And the experiences of not just yourself, people around you that you've been fortunate enough to know, right? Playing a role in their lives to just ensure to help them become better. And I'm passionate about my community, no doubt, right? But as anybody who God has brought my way, like I said, I don't wait for somebody to say, here's a role that you need to play. Even from conversations with people I just meet on the fly, I would ask myself, when they are speaking, I'll say to myself and God, speaking to God in this case, that what can I do to help? Right, and sometimes I hear, just tell the person to do this or do that. Or sometimes you'll be like, oh, Chika, you actually have to do this with this person. And I'll be with them for a while, just being there because I already know the role I want to play in their lives voluntarily, right? So for me is anyone I come across, fine. But without a doubt, the whole world knows that most especially blacks living in the Western world or any place outside their country of origin need help, right? So I see myself being an ambassador of where I come from. I've heard people say to me, oh, I've never seen a Nigerian that speaks like you. You're definitely different. I want to have so many different people too, right? So not just my children, but people around me, right? And see and help them become better. So for me is, yes, my community need it, but obviously anybody that needs help, my doors are open. If I can help, I'll point you in the right direction.
That's great. And I think this is where I want to clarify something which is really important.
Yes.
So somebody did ask me that question. Black Next Gen, is it only for black people? And one of the things I did say to them is, black people have definitely been marginalized.
Yeah.
Maybe because they are foreigners in a particular
yeah,
country, or maybe because of, their historical experiences. And for that reason, this project is not to say black people are the only people who are only meant to be listening to what the content is.
I agree.
However, people from any background, if you think, by listening to myself, listening to Chika is going to help you to be able to make this next step. We are not saying that is knowledge, Knowledge is not for a particular group of people. Listen to it and apply it.
Yes, absolutely.
So I will definitely encourage anybody who may be of any other background. My role, or maybe Black Next Gen's role, is to be able to identify people who look like me, people who look like Chika, who can equally come out with that different narrative. And this narrative is we can and we have.
Yes.
Okay?
That's
and
correct.
even to say that we are still going on. Okay? So it is a journey, but what we intend to do is to bring along other people who may have never seen the likes of ourselves, yourselves, who may ever think, oh no, it wouldn't have been possible. Tell me about some of the projects that you are doing at the moment.
Before pandemic hit us big time, I founded a company to change.
You talked to me about what? Starting piloting in what, September?
Oh yeah.